Good day, everyone. I am Ryan Ray Roque, together with my groupmates Miss Leishalin Julio, Miss Resi Cañete, and Miss Apple Bautista, to discuss the Megaworld Corporation. In this presentation, we are going to discuss the company's history, ownership and management, its culture as well as their company profile, brief description about the products or services offered, and other relevant basic information about the company such as financial highlights and its balance scorecard. Let us first have the history of Megaworld Corporation. The company was founded by Dr. Andrew L. Tan and incorporated under Philippine law on August 24, 1989, to engage in the development, leasing, and marketing of real estate. The company initially established a reputation for building high-end residential condominiums and commercial properties located in convenient urban locations with easy access to offices as well as leisure and entertainment amenities in Metro Manila. Beginning in 1996, in response to demand for the lifestyle convenience of having quality residences in close proximity to office and leisure facilities, the company began to focus on the development of mixed-use communities, primarily for the middle-income market, by commencing the development of its Eastwood City Community Township. In addition, the company engaged in other property-related activities, such as project design, construction oversight, and property management. In 1999, Eastwood City Cyber Park became the first IT park in the Philippines to be designated a PEZA Special Economic Zone. And since its incorporation in 1989, the company and its affiliates have launched approximately 560 residential buildings, office buildings, and hotels consisting in aggregate of more than 12 million square meters of floor area. Megaworld was listed on the PSE or the Philippine Stock Exchange on June 15, 1994. And as of January 11, 2007, it had a market capitalization of 42,879,124,919 pesos, based on a price of 3.95 pesos per common share on such date. And to discuss the ownership and management of Megaworld Corporation, here is Ms. Leishalin Julio.
Thank you, Mr. Roque. So now, I will discuss the ownership and management. The Megaworld Corporation is a private-owned Filipino corporation. The overall management and supervision of the company is undertaken by the Board of Directors. Currently, the board consists of 7 members, of which 3 are independent. First is Dr. Andrew Tan, Chairman of the Board and President. Mr. Tan is the founder of the company and has served as its chairman and president since its incorporation in 1989. He pioneered the live, work, play, learn model in real estate development through the company's integrated township communities, fueling the growth of the business processes outsourcing BPO industry. Mr. Tan serves as chairman of the board of Empire East Land Holdings Incorporation, a publicly listed subsidiary of the company. The Sun Trust Properties Incorporation, a subsidiary engaged in the development and marketing of affordable housing projects. He also serves in the boards of other Megaworld subsidiaries including Eastwood Cyber One Corporation. Second is Mrs. Catherine Tan. She is the director. Ms. Tan has served as director of the company since 1989. She is concurrently a director and treasurer of publicly listed Alliance Global Group Incorporation and Emperador Incorporation. She has extensive experience in the food and beverage including and is currently director and corporate secretary of the Bar Beverage Incorporation and director and president of Anderson's Global Incorporation. She is also a director and treasurer of Alliance Global Brands Incorporation and Emperador Distillers Incorporation. She is the wife of Mr. Andrew Tan. The third one is King Sun Sian, Director and Executive Director. Mr. Shan has served as director of the company since April 13, 2007. He joined the Megaworld Group in September 1995 as Senior Vice President and is currently Executive Director of the company. He is concurrently Director. Mr. Shan graduated from the University of the Philippines with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Economics. He obtained his master's degree in Business Administration for Finance and Business Policy from the University of Chicago. The next one is Mr. Enrique Santos C. He is the one of the director. Mr. C has served as director of the company since July 2009. He was formerly a vice president for the corporate communications and advertising divisions of the company until his retirement in March 2011. He is concurrently a director of publicly listed Empire East Land Holdings Incorporation and a director of Eastin Holdings Incorporation. Mr. C graduated with honors from the Ateneo de Manila University with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Communication Arts. The next one is Jesus B. Valera. He is the one of the independent director. Mr. Valera has served as director of the company since June 2016. He is currently served as independent director in the board of publicly listed Global Estate Resorts Incorporation and Travelers International Hotel Group. He is also the chairman of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GS1 Philippines and New Lights Technologies Incorporation. He is the president and CEO of the Advancement of Workers' Awareness Regarding Employment Aware Foundation Incorporation and president of Foundation of Crime Prevention. The second to the last is Crescencio P. Aquino. He is the one in the independent director. Attorney Aquino is currently the managing partner of the law firm of CP Aquino and Partners. He concurrently serves as independent director in the boards of publicly listed Global Estate Resorts Incorporation and Empire East Land Holdings Incorporation. He is a graduate of the San Sebastian College Manila with degree in Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Law. Attorney Aquino has extensive experience in both the public and private sectors as Director of Clark Development Corporation from 2012 to 2016. The last one is Mr. Roberto S. Guevara. He is one of the independent director. Mr. Guevara has been an independent director of the company since June 20, 2001. He is chairman of the board of directors of Seed Capital Ventures Incorporation. Mr. Guevara graduated from San Beda College in 1974 and received graduate degree from the Asian Institute of Management and the postgraduate course at the Institute of Management Development IMD in Lausanne, Switzerland. That's it for the ownership and management. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rachelyn Julio. Ang akin naman i-report ay culture, work, play, and learn in them. It is human element that brings life to the company real estate development, enriching and elevating them from mere properties to masterpiece communities. So, as those have chosen to patronize the Megaworld brand through projects, resident, tenant partners, business owner, employees, customer, and student. Ito ay nagpe-pursue ng own individual dreams, fashion. They also collectively define and shape macrocosystem that is Megaworld Township. The value of township rooted in integration, connectedness, increases through the social architecture, it, it engenders and creates continuous value for the people it serves.
Thank you, Ms. Apple Montemayor Bautista. Today, we will discuss the nature of business, product, services of the Megaworld Corporation. Megaworld is the Philippines' leading and largest developer of residential condominiums, business process outsourcing offices, and pioneering live work play township. It is led by visionary na si Mr. Andrew L. Tan. The company has been listed in the Philippine Stock Exchange noong June 15, 1994. It is a subsidiary of Allianz Global Group Incorporation which retains a 67% ownership. Anyway, Mega World Business is divided in different fields like they have township, premier offices, hotel, and lifestyle mall. First, the township. They have different residences scattered throughout Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. They also have new project in Manila, Arcoballo City, Iloilo, Bacolod, and Mactan. Next, in the premier offices, their biggest office portfolio partner are Accenture, Wells Fargo, Foxet, HP, and United Health Group. Now, these are the big company like Wells Fargo, which is the third largest bank in the USA. They have a lot of offices here in Manila, especially in Makati and Taguig. Now, most of their building in Taguig is in the fort in Makandi Hill. Now, these are the great places. Strategic places for offices are really important. Their offices are really placed in great areas. It's just like buying your house, right? You always look at where your house will be like it is close to transport areas, school, or hospital, and etc. That's why I mentioned it. Mega World is renowned for being the first in the country na nagkonsepto ng township. This is a large-scale, strategically located, and master plan development na pinagsama-sama ang mga tirahan, offices, and maging ang mga retail hubs in a single setting sa mga susunod na township. A learned component was introduced to the live work-play lifestyle. Dito ay isinasama ang schools and learning institutions into the community. We all know that the company of Megaworld further introduced here in the Philippines the concept of an integrated lifestyle community or ILC, which are focuses on residential and leisure component with nature as an extended amenity. And now, Ms. Apple Montemayor Bautista, you will discuss the mission, vision, values of the Megaworld Corporation.
Thank you, Ms. Resi Cañete, for discussing nature of business. Pag-usapan naman natin ang mission, vision, and values. Mission, we uplift lives, impact society, and help shape the nation. Vision, we pioneer concept that promote integrated lifestyle in the township we build. We advocate responsible stewardship of the environment. We deliver long-term value for our employees and shareholders. We spur economic growth all over the country. Values, integrity, creativity and innovation, excellence, love for the company. For our mission, Megaworld pledge to live up to your trust and expectation through a consistently outstanding performance geared to deliver earnings and growth. It is committed to repay your long-term investment of capital in the company with unrelenting efforts to build a legacy of profitability that will benefit you and the next generation through a continued appreciation in shared values. For our vision, to our customer, Megaworld aims to ensure your utmost satisfaction through high-quality products conceived in the spirit of innovation and born out continuous research and development. It gives priority to the continuous upgrading of the skills and expertise of its key people so they can provide you with service of the highest quality. For our values to our employees, Megaworld endeavors to be a company where you can build a long-term fulfilling career. It, it will shape a corporate culture that values fairness, promote teamwork and productivity, and ensure job security and advancement as a reward for loyalty and performance. That's all for mission, vision, and values.
Thank you, Miss Bautista. Now, let's talk about the challenges that Megaworld went throughout their journey. Here are the 5 major crises na pinagdaanan ng Megaworld Corporation. First in the list is the coup attempts in the early 90s, which was happened during the term of President Corazon Aquino. The second one is the Luzon earthquake, the most powerful earthquake that hits the island of Luzon, which resulted in a number of collapsed buildings and thousands of life lost that happens on July 19, 1990. The third is the 1991 Mount Pinatubo eruption, or the second largest terrestrial eruption of the 20th century. Another is the 1997 Asian financial crisis, which caused by the collapse of the currency exchange rate and hot money bubble. And lastly, the global financial crisis that happens last 2007, and it is the second worst economic crisis. But despite of those challenges, especially when the COVID-19 pandemic happened, Megaworld Corporation, the country's top township developer, is optimistic that it can recover quickly from the pandemic in 2021, banking on reports of coronavirus vaccines to be released before year-end. During the company's annual stockholders meeting via live webcast, Megaworld Chairman and CEO Andrew L. Tan said that the company is ready to bounce back as it adjusts to the new demand of the diverse market. To jumpstart to the company's recovery plan, Megaworld rolled out the 4-point guide to ensure strategic path towards accelerated growth by the next year. RISE stands for Resilience, Innovation, Stability, and Empathy Plan. Resilience. So, under this plan, Tan said that the company puts financial prudence as its top priority through adjustments in capital spending, temporary deferment of projects, streamlining of operations, and other programs to preserve cash. So, ang focus ng plan na ito is to preserve cash of the company. To discuss the innovation plan of Megaworld Corporation, here again Ms. Shailene Julio.
Thank you, Mr. Roque. So now I will discuss about the innovation. The company will further accelerate its digitalization program and technology investments across all its businesses to align with the changes in the behavior and lifestyle of different types of customers even post-pandemic. Megaworld will further expand its digital footprints to support its various key businesses and to start up digital innovation product to support the country's economic segments such as retailers and small and micro enterprises. Internally, the company will continue to fast track the shift to full digitalization of its business processes, particularly in sales and marketing, customer services, property and building management, and ad finance. That's all about the Innovation Rise Plan. Again, I am Leishalin Julio.
Thank you, Ms. Leishalin Julio. And now I am here again to discuss the RISE plan or RISE plan of the Megaworld Corporation. So what is the stability of the Megaworld Corporation? The Megaworld Company will focus in ensuring a consistency strong balance sheet, strengthening of land banking initiative through strategic acquisition and partnership, completing and delivering committed project on time, reinforcing a stable recurring income stream, and expanding the township concept by adding sustainable and crisis-resilient features. Now, Ms. Apple Montemayor Bautista will discuss the RISE plan of the Megaworld Corporations about the empathy of Megaworld Corporation.
Thank you again, Ms. Jessica Nieto. Rights Plan Empathy. The company has been closely monitoring the health status of its employees and provided the necessary support such as distribution of customized personal protective equipment and vitamin supplements all throughout the quarantine period. It is also initiated professional training programs for skill enhancement and personality development, including emotional and wellness workshop available for free on virtual formats to its employee. The company also continuously provides full salaries to its employees, and during the strict lockdown period, it has deferred the payments of employees' loan and other deduction to help everyone cope with the crisis. In short, the health and safety, well-being, and general welfare of its employees will remain to be Megaworld's priority during this time.
Thank you, Ms. Apple Bautista. In addition, Tan said that despite the impact of the pandemic that hit most businesses, their first half income was not as bad as they expected it to be. Their office rental business, which grew 10% in the first semester, helped cushion the impact of this crisis to their bottom line. They thanks their BPO business process outsourcing and company partners who entrusted them with their workspaces throughout these years up to this time. Megaworld will continue designing lives through its developments toward a better future for all. At a glance, we have here the financial and operational highlights of the company. But let us focus on the financial highlights. As you have seen here, Megaworld's consolidated revenues for 2020 amounted to 43.5 billion pesos, a 35% decrease from 67.3 billion pesos in 2019. The decline is largely attributed to the impact of restrictions imposed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which severely affected the company's real estate developments, malls, and hospitality units. Meanwhile, office rentals remained stable during the year as companies in the business process outsourcing sector, which make up 73% of the company's office partners, continued operations throughout the quarantine. As the situation evolved, Megaworld took steps to adjust to the new reality brought about by the pandemic. The development of new products and services, complemented by the company's ongoing digital initiatives, ensured the generation of positive cash flows. Cost management initiatives were also undertaken to minimize the impact of lower revenues. Thus, while Megaworld's total earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization in 2020 declined by 37% to 18.7 billion pesos, the earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization margin remained relatively stable at the 43% level. Meanwhile, net profit declined by 45% to 10.6 billion pesos as higher depreciation costs added to the impact of lower revenues during the year. Bearing in mind the company's experience in weathering past crises over the last 3 decades, Megaworld identified financial prudence as one of its top priorities by making adjustments in capital spending, temporary deferment of projects, streamlining operations, and other programs to preserve cash. Due to the lower capex budget and limitations in construction activity in 2020, Megaworld spent 27.9 billion pesos in capex, a 42% decrease from 48.2 billion pesos in 2019. Through the years, Megaworld has prioritized maintaining a strong balance sheet. In the third quarter of 2020, the company issued bonds amounting to 350 million US dollars to cover its requirements and build up liquidity. By the end of 2020, Megaworld registered a low net debt to equity ratio of 22%. Now let's move to their balanced scorecard. Let us start with the financial perspectives. The company's financial objective is to increase sales and revenue by 10% annually. But how the company increased their sales and revenues? That is one big question. And after analyzing the result of different management strategic tool, the Megaworld management came up with market penetration strategy. This strategy involves focusing on selling existing products or services into their existing markets to gain a higher market share. This can be achieved by the following strategies. One of these is maintaining or increasing the market share of existing product. When we say maintaining or increasing the market share of existing products, ito ay ma-achieve ng company sa pamamagitan ng pag-adapt nila sa mga strategy tulad ng competitive pricing strategies, advertising, and sales promotion strategies. This will also involve focusing on the areas of sales and marketing responsible for managing the pricing and promotion of the product. The company's initiative is a joint venture for the development of new product. So kapag sinabi po natin joint venture, for example, may bago po silang project na building. So maghahanap po sila ng mga business partner nila na pwede nilang pagkunan ng mga resources na kakailanganin nila para sa project. And to discuss the customer perspective of the balanced scorecard, Miss Julio please.
Thank you, Mr. Roque, and I am Leishalyn Julio. I will discuss about the balance scorecard in customer perspective. The objectives is exceed customer expectations and aspire loyalty. Measures market penetration, targets increased number of customers, and initiatives is constantly and continuously improving products and service quality and higher level of market persuasion. So in objectives, it exceed customer expectations and aspire loyalty. It is to maintain customer satisfaction. Megaworld has a client group tasked to fulfill its customer relations policies. Yung objectives nila is exceed customer expectation para masatisfy sila sa services ng Megaworld. And also, inspire loyalty dahil kapag nasatisfy ka at nalampasan yung expectation ng client, paniguradong makukuha na nila yung loyalty nito. Next is measures. Nilagay namin sa measures ay market penetration kasi the market penetration is the action taken to overtake competitors and gain a large share of the market. The measures is how much the product or service is being used by customers compared to the total estimated market for the product or services. Ang Megaworld ay isang napakalawak na corporation kaya ginagamit na measures ay ang market penetration. Next is targets. Nilagay namin sa targets ay increase the number of customer. The targets of the Megaworld is to increase the number of customer, which is the objectives and measures of the customer can increase the targets. Kapag na-exceed mo ang satisfaction ng customer at kapag ang nakuha mo ang loyalty nila, paniguradong makukuha mo ang target mo. Tataas ang bilang ng customer mo. And last is the initiatives. Constantly and continuously improving products and service quality. Kapag maganda ang sales ng company, mas mapapa-improve palalo ang kanilang product at service quality. It will become constant para mas ma-exceed ang expectation ng mga customer at ma-remain ang loyalty nila. The last one is the higher level of market persuasion. Megaworld Corporation initiates the higher level of market persuasion because it can be understood as using the knowledge of human psychology for developing techniques for market product or services. Persuasion is an important sales skills and must be acquired by the representative to be able to turn problems into solutions. Megaworld Corporation aims to ensure satisfaction to all the customers with their great services and high-quality product, which they will continuously innovate, develop, and improve their facilities. Megaworld Corporation give priority to the continuous upgrading the skills and expertise of their employees and key people in order for them to serve the best and high quality of serve to the customers. That's all for the balance scorecard in customer perspective.
Scorecard balance of Megaworld. About to enter the process of a business. What is the objectives of Megaworld for internal process of a business? Based from our researching, the objective here in the internal process of a business is additional product to offer. To measure the internal process of a business, we need to provide a market penetration and product development. Product development and market penetration strategies are the best strategies for Megaworld Corporation. The said strategies are considered after analyzing truly the result of different strategic management tools. The two mentioned strategies under the intensive strategies will help achieving the objective of Megaworld Corporation. Product development strategy is the process of bringing a new innovation to consumer from concept to testing through distribution. New product development strategies look at improving existing product, invigorate an existing market, or create a new product the market seeks. Megaworld should continue pursuing innovative product lines that may complement its existing development while maintaining a well-diversified earnings base. They should also keep on accelerating and expanding project in various townships across the country, particularly on the construction of new residential condominiums, office, towers, commercial centers, and hotels. Product development may start from producing new interior and architectural design, from cultural minimalist and futuristic design, and improving of exterior design of malls, houses, condominium for more space. Next is the target of Megaworld in internal process of a business is create new selection or design of product. Yes, we need to appropriate a new selection or design of a product to be a pleasant and presentable. We all know, as those who have chosen to patronize Megaworld brand through its project, residents, tenants, and partners, business owners, employees, customers, students, pursue their own individual dreams, passion. They also collectively define and shape macrosystem that is Megaworld Township. The value of township-rooted integration and connectedness increases through social architecture and engenders and creates continuous value for the people it serves. Lastly, initiative is concentric diversification. Megaworld has established a strong track record as a diversified developer in the upper middle income property market. Its portfolio of projects encompasses vertical office and residential developments, townhouse, communities, hotel and mixed-use developments, and subdivision projects through its affiliate Empire East and Holding Corporation. Megaworld is also involved in medium-cost township community development, mostly in South Luzon. They have the capacity to launch diversified programs to promote growth. That's all for internal process of a business.
Thank you, Ms. Apple Montemayor Bautista. And now I will continue the discussions about the balance scorecard of the learning and growth about the Megaworld Corporation. We have the objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives. The first objective of the Megaworld Corporations about the learning and growth is innovation. So why innovations? Because Megaworlds aims to ensure your utmost satisfaction through high quality products conceived in the spirit of innovation and burn out of continuous research and development. And also, it gives priority to the continuous upgrading of the skill and expertise of its key people so that they can provide you with service of the highest quality. Megaworld has proved its worth in real estate industry for a long period of time. It has given many projects and continuously create projects that shall maximize shareholders' wealth and exceed customer satisfactions through its continuous research and development, innovation, and skillful employees. They can also innovate products to ensure that what is being offered to the public exceed their expectations. We all know that buying and acquiring product and services nowadays are done online, even payment of bills and fund transfers. Development of new technologies means more innovation. Introducing new innovations in a company can generate new ideas and success through reducing costs, improving productivity, building and establishing new partnerships and relationships, and building and improving the company's brand. Also, innovation is a creative process in which the ideas of it comes from the individual inside and outside of the company. Based on the external factor evaluation matrix, the factor that has the highest weighted score is the increased customers' loyalty and buying power because they are the key for the improvements and innovations of Megaworld corporations. The second factor that has the highest weighted score is the expansion and renovation for having good facilities and more shareholders would join. The highest weighted score in the threats is adding government tax percentage every year because it might have the chance for the company to lose their shareholders. These factors have been managed up well, which can be positively affect in financial positioning today. To measure is market penetrations. Megaworld Corporation should focus on market penetrations to be able to maintain its competitiveness in the real estate industries. It is because as the matrix determined the Megaworld Corporation strategy won market penetrations with a total attractiveness score of 5.90 is more effective and more appropriate than the strategy to product development with a total attractiveness score of 4.91. This was based after weighing and analyzing the mentioned strategies and their total attractiveness score. Product development and market penetration strategies are the best strategies for Megaworld Corporation. The said strategies are considered after analyzing truly the result of different strategic management tools. The two mentioned strategies under the intensive strategies will help achieving the objective and Megaworld Corporation. In order to develop more a high market penetration, the company would have to improve advertising game by updating a website and showing an outdoor advertisement just as a billboard. To target, we need to acclimate to unique and new method. Why? Kasi kung hindi ito magiging kakaiba at bago, wala ring development and how to success a company, so we need to be a practical and that is the purpose of a business. The first initiative of the Megaworld Corporation in learning and growth, we have the research and development. Why? Because Megaworld has proved its worth in real estate industry for a long period of time. It has given many projects and continuously create projects that shall maximize shareholders' wealth and exceed customer satisfaction through its continuous research and development, innovation, and skillful employees. The second objective of the learning and growth of the Megaworld Corporation is employee training, how to measure product development, and what is the target, improving skill of the employees to be highly skilled professional, and the initiative is conduct workshop and training programs for the employees. For the second explanation about this learning and growth for the company of Megaworld Corporations, we need to improvement and increasing number of residential properties and business development are due to population growth in the country. In order for the company to ease the pressure of the continuous growth, it is an opportunity for investors and company to develop properties which will promote and generate their sales. The organization should be able to offer products and services which aims to benefit the lifestyle of an individual. Improvement of company performance and industry performance must be analyzed to know how the company would be able to stand up against their competitors and show the customers that they are more of a quality brand like Ayala Land Incorporation. For the training and development, we have the training programs, upon discretions of management. Employees may be sent to training programs to further enhance their skills and increase their technical know-how. Employees who attend these training programs shall be bound by a contract depending on the cost of the training. The company recognizes the importance and need for systematic and sustained training and development. In these manners, we intend to maintain and improve our present operational standard for excellence. Through training programs, workshops, and seminars, we seek to encourage the advancement of every individual at the Mega World.
Thank you, Ms. Cañete. And for the concluding remarks, the strategy of Megaworld Corporation aims to maximize earnings through township, commercial, and business and property developments, sustain a diversified development portfolio, capitalizing in growing opportunities in tourism development, continue in evaluating projects to maximize efficiencies, resource, and other opportunities to maintain a strong financial position and also to capitalize strong branding reputation. The company has its own way to maintain the stability of the company as well as to increase sales, revenues, and customers. Growing quickly with because of advertising or marketing was the best way for the business to grow, as it helped the future investors and customers to know about the company itself. Through websites and advertising, through word of mouth, in order to develop more a high market penetration, the company would have to improve advertising game by updating a website and showing an outdoor advertisement such as billboards. But even though Megaworld is already a large and known development company, there's still a lot of improvements to make for it since it is one of the top players and competitor in development industry. This is the advantage of a large company since it is already known to investors and customers, although there are a lot of risks to make in order to adapt in the business industry. Here are the references of the information that we discussed today. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.